My elder brother stole the flashlight and hurried to Beijing's home. My elder brother must have used the flashlight to please that little slut. Beijing is the beauty who writes the best composition in school. She once put 2 wings on herself in an essay and spent a day flying all over the Great Wall of the motherland and the north and south of the country. Otherwise, she would not dare to let people call her Beijing. At that time, it was fashionable to use major cities to name the children. Beijing's double eyelids and large dimples earned her the radiant name of the capital. Most of the boys in the village like Beijing. It's impossible for them not to like her, but Beijing doesn't like them. She often looks at every man who looks at her at equal distances like a fox. This look is exciting, sad, and hopeless. She just looks at you like a fox and makes your adolescence messy. My elder brother looked gray when he returned from Beijing's home. You can imagine Beijing's indifferent appearance after seeing the flashlight. That night, everyone in the village saw the shame of my elder brother. He took my father's flashlight and climbed onto the wall of Beijing's home, like a cat, arching around looking for fishy. He turned on the flashlight, facing the sky. The sky showed a big hole. This ridiculous move by my elder brother gave people a new understanding of night. The night is endless, and darkness is further away than light from the beginning. The Goji daddy even said that the night is as deep as the day, and no amount of light can shine from one end to the other. The words of Goji daddy didn't get the attention they deserved. The general view is that the space at night is folded and stored in the flashlight. As long as the switch is accidentally turned on, space will be expanded vividly along with the light. My elder brother was yelled at by my father, and my elder brother hurt his ankle when he came to the ground. Everyone has seen the embarrassment of my elder brother, with the exception of Beijing. Beijing was not know where she was at this moment. The beautiful girls are like fish at night. You don't know where they will swim. The development of folk imagination is always related to the future of the village. My father's flashlight was suddenly ignored. People can plan the electrification era time and time again. Father said that by that time, electric lights were also installed in the water, and people could see cuckold, loach, and water lily as long as they stood on the shore. My father imagined that by then every river would be transparent, and we would look at fish like Jade Emperor looks at us in the sky. In short, science can turn everyone into a fairy. The exploration process of the exploration team was completely realistic. They didn't rush in digging holes, stirring gunpowder, setting fire, and detonating. The fish in the river were all stunned. They floated their abdomens out of the water and floated a layer on the water. The exploration team leader stayed at the well all day, worried about the yellow mud that burst out of the ground. He wished to tell us that the oil were under our feet, and if you move a few spades like a field mouse, the oil would jump out by itself. Captain Porkbelly was a little worried that he couldn't find any oil. Dear comrades generally do not accept science without results. Those team members seemed to be tired a long time ago and fell asleep in the shade of the tree at noon. Their yellow helmets over their faces and become snoring speakers. At such a moment, my father and his fellow villagers lay seriously at the head of the well, looking at the bottom of the black hole. Someone suggested flashing it with a flashlight. My father came home and brought the flashlight, took it, and left nothing. This feeling seemed gloomy in the midsummer, and my father sneezed a dozen or so in a row at the well. Someone asked, "Is the bottom scientific?" My father was silent. Father closed both science and hope in his mouth, and his mouth only added 3 sneezes. Then the sun was golden and the wolfberries were red. The exploration captain's belly breathed in his midday sleep, up and down like a dead fish drifting with the flow. Such an afternoon made my elder brother look anxious. His demeanor was made by Beijing like a wheat ear, hiding a variety of results and thorns. My elder brother's walking movement looked exhausted, his head tilted, haggard and hollow. My elder brother was the only lone traveler who exists outside the oil myth all his life. Countless afternoons attacked him one after another, unable to survive. His unrequited love for Beijing was advancing in his adolescence, with countless red wolfberries overwhelming his chest, while Beijing was still standing under the soft sang or willow trees, evenly spreading fox-like gazes, expressionless. There is a kind of cold and frost full of love. So to speak, there is a stone heart that looks like honey. Among all the beauties in the world, only Beijing can do this. This is not a result of cultivation, but in a nutshell, it is innate. No one expected such a thing to happen, and Beijing was opened by a curly boy from the exploration team. After the incident, it was revealed that it had been hinted for 2 or 3 days. According to calculations, it is completely possible for something like that to happen in 2 or 3 days. Someone later discovered that Beijing's chin was hanging down when she and the curly boy looked at each other. According to ancestral experience, the 2 legs of a girl could not be closed tightly after the chin was hanging down. There is no doubt about this. After the incident, Beijing slept for a whole day, and when she went out again, Beijing changed her appearance. The beauty and ugliness of girls are very similar to politics. They are on a cliff, either at the top or in the deep valley, with no middle ground. In a blink, Beijing fell from the summit into the valley, and all her beauty was shattered. The fox in her eyes was gone immediately, and her eyes became flashlights, nothing else but light. After my elder brother got the news, his whole body went out of power, saying that Beijing had lied to him, that Beijing was shameless, and that Beijing was Wolfberry. She looks good, but tastes bitter. But my elder brother was surprisingly relaxed and happy when he saw Beijing. Beijing was too ugly to be in shape, and the 2 little breasts also hang down. The appearance of Beijing can no longer grow wings or fly over 9.6 million square kilometers of the motherland in one day. The past beauty that Beijing once had has become a joke. Fortunately, everyone is caring about science and oil. My elder brother and other young teenagers ended their unrequited love. They said loudly, "Has opened." The voice was cheerful and obscene. People mostly deal with lost innocence and ideals like this.